Hi children, good morning everyone. Today we are going to see part 1 and part 2. In this part 1 we are going to see chapter 27, Facilitators of International Business. In the chapter, World Trade Organization meanings, objectives, functions, benefits. Next one, criticism against it. World Trade Organization, World Bank, objectives, functions, International Monetary Fund, IMF objectives, functions. Next one is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, in short form SAP. Next one, part 2. In the part 2, we are going to see chapter 28, balance of payments. So, meaning, definition, features, balance of trade, meaning, difference between the balance of payments and balance of trade. The last one, structure of balance of payments. Let's see the video, children.
So, chapter 27, Facilitators of International Business. Who is facilitators? A person or thing that makes an action or process easy or easier. So, one action easy or easier to process the one man is called as facilitators. So, learning objective to enable the students to explain the meaning, objective and function of WTO, World Trade Organization. Second one, discuss the importance and function of World Bank. Understand the objectives and functions IMF. Describe the role of SAR. See this, children. This is the headquarters of World Trade Organization in Geneva. Okay. So, World Trade Organization. International business involved a complex issue among the various countries way back in the 1950s. A key need then was felt to the establish separate mechanism for regulating, controlling the trade relation across the countries around the world. As a result, the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, GATT, was signed at Geneva at the 30th October 1947 by 23 countries. So, in the headquarters of Geneva, WTO, World Trade Organization, they signed on 30th October 1947. How many countries they involved? 23 countries. It came out into the effort of January 1st, 1948. GATT was multilateral treaty. It laid down rules and regulation of the conducting the international trade. GATT achieved many success, but various countries felt the need to create a new international body to replace the GATT. So already they running that very successfully, but some of the members, for some of the country, they want a new places of the international body of members. The GATT, which remained the force from the 1948 to 1994, thus came to an end with the establishment of World Trade Organization on 1st January 1995. Let's see the meaning. The World Trade Organization was established when January 1st, 1995. The GATT, GATT was renamed as WTO with some changes. GATT is changed at 1995 WTO, World Trade Organization, some changes. WTO has 164 members countries on 29th July 2016. So how many countries? 164 member of a countries is on 29th July, the inauguration of WTO. India is the one of the three founders of members. The ministerial conference consisting the representatives all of the members countries is the highest decision making authority of WTO. It meets almost once in every 3 years. They all meet on 3 years in a once. It is empowered to take a decision all vital matters under the multilateral trade agreement. The day-to-day of a WTO has been entrusted to General Council. So WTO is located in Geneva, Switzerland. Geneva in the WTO, World Trade Organization. Okay, how many members? 164 members. How many countries they participate? 164 member of a countries. When they started 29th July 2016, children. Next one, objectives of World Trade Organization. So the objectives of World Trade include the following: improving the standard of living. What is that? Improve of improve our standard of living of a people and members of countries, making the optimum utilization of a world's resources for sustainable development of a member of countries, promoting an integrated, more viable and durable trading system in the sphere of international business, expansion of a trade in goods and services, ensuring the full employment and large steady growth volume of real income and effective demand, protecting that environment. These are all objectives of World Trade Organization. What is the next one? Functions or role of World Trade Organization. First one, it is the form of negotiations and formalization of trade agreement among the members of countries. So one of agreement based is working under the World Trade Organization. It settle disputes of the grievance relating to trade among the members of countries. It forms the commonly acceptable code of conduct in order to reduce the trade barriers. It holds the consultations with the IMF and World Bank, World Bank, IBRD, and affiliates to bring about the greater understanding and cooperation in the global economic policy making. It supervises the operation of the agreement relating to the general agreement and the affairs of trade and trade related intellectual property rights. It regulates trade between the participating countries. So in this function they are participating in the one under that World Trade Organization. They have rights to take a decision and they have a contributor in that World Bank. Okay, next one, benefits. Some of the major benefits of what is the benefit, what is the uses of the World Trade Organization. First one, World Trade Organization promoting the international peace and creating the conducive the environment for conducting the international trade. So it is the one of the major link to the one country to another country. Second one, it settles the trade, distributes the economic among the members of countries. Third one, it promotes the standard of living of people by increasing the income level from the free trades. So one of the income of a level, okay, income level is very high depending on the World Trade Organization. World Trade Organization for remove the quantities of restrictions and non-traffic barriers. It has facilitated free flow of foreign trade among the members of countries. The countries hence import the restriction only to the correct balance of the payments difficulties and not otherwise. Fifth one is it stimulated economic growth of developing countries by providing them with much needed to capital and giving them preferential treatment in the trade related matters. So World Trade Organization organizes the periodical regional and international conference. Thus, the developing of a countries get opportunity to learn the technicalities, rules and regulation governing world trade, technical assistance available globally, trade potential in members of countries and so on. So World Trade Organization give a people across the world wide the choice of goods, broader range of the quantities of the goods choose from by the promoting free trade among the members of countries. World Trade Organization has lowered trade barriers and thereby allowed to trade the flourish across the world. The increase in trading contributes to increase in national income, personal incomes of people. So World Trade Organization provides a platform for member countries to establish the trade links with one another. In the absence of World Trade Organization, member countries may have to enter the many multilateral agreement with so many countries across the world. It provides a greater access to all nations under one roof. World Trade Organization is committed to protecting free trade. It has framed rules and subsidies and dumping. So many benefits from the World Trade Organization. See, do you know this? Please read it your, World Trade Organization agreements. Please read your textbook, page number 284. Next one, criticism against World Trade Organization. The following criticism are leveled against the free trade benefits developed countries more than developing countries. Developing the countries need some sort of trade production to develop the new trustees. Many developed countries had once used in production, nutrients. They are the infant of industries in their development stage, and this contains a prevention of developing countries from defending the defined industries altogether through the instruction and pair. It's expected to the conspiracy to indirectly favor of MNC, I mean multinational companies. So free trade benefits to develop the countries. So with the World Trade Organization, we are developing the free trade benefits to the other country. Second one, most favored nation principles. This is the core of World Trade Organization rules. So many rules. So core of rules they have to follow in the World Trade Organization. Under this rule, members countries are advised not to discriminate among the home enterprises, multinational and foreign enterprises. In other words, World Trade Organization prevents the developing countries from the favoring the emerging companies. This move to supposed to give unfair advantage to multinational companies. So supposed to they have to take on in that multinational companies sometimes only they succeed. As other acts for some of them they succeed to the business, but some of them they have to face the failure. So third one, failure to reduce the tariffs of agriculture. So World Trade Organization failed to convince the USA and European unions to eliminate the high tariff on agriculture. Tariff, okay. In other words, of it defines the high tariff on agriculture in the USA and EU. This word undoubtedly hurt of our farmers in developing countries. Neglect of a farmers' interest in developing countries. Developing the countries specialized in producing primary products like agriculture products. They need some sort of production to diversity of into the other sector of the economic, at least in the short term. Many developed nations use this terrible production in the process of their development. In this context, I mean World Trade Organization criticized for being the unfair of neglecting the interest farmers in developing countries, neglect the environment of a consideration. World Trade Organization encourages the import from the certain countries which produce the product on a large scale at the cost of environment. World Trade Organization pushes of achieving increase the GDP without any regard for environment. In the current environment of a global warming and ever increases environmental disaster utmost priority given by the World Trade Organization on maximizing GDP at the cost of employment is misplaced. So these are also neglected environment consideration, neglect to avoid. Okay, neglect of a culture and social factor. World Trade Organization criticized the promoting the domination of multinational companies. So the World Trade Organization to dominate the multinational MNC companies, which are feared to eliminate the local enterprises. They have feared to eliminate the local enterprise from the business world altogether. The growth of MNC is feared to renewed cultural diversity of many developing countries. Seventh one, inability of a people in developing the countries to buy life-saving drugs. World Trade Organization defines the trade-related intellectual property rights which allow the firm to protect the patent and copyright. This production, particularly in this area of manufacturing of drugs, is supposed to escalated and prices of essential of life-saving drugs. As a result of people developing the countries may not be able to buy a costly drugs of affordable price. So this World Trade or MNC companies development the people they are not get their needed things to abroad countries. They struggle to the cost of price. Next one, World Bank. So International Bank of Reconstruction and Development, IBRD. So International Bank for International Bank for the Reconstruction and Development is commonly known as the World Bank. So International Bank of Reconstruction and Development is commonly known as is nothing but is a World Bank only. It was set up in 1944 in order to reconstruct the rehabilitated First World War affected countries and Europe and assisted in the development of developing countries. It is located as Washington DC. It has its offices all over the world. See here, your textbook page number 286, the World Bank, the picture. So objectives, what are the objectives for IBRD? I mean International Bank of Reconstruction and Development. First one is providing the long-term capital to member of countries to reconstruct the develop the war-affected economy. So once the war is over means that war is damages all to the economic oriented also. So promoting capital investment of a member country, promoting the capital investment. Third one, promoting the guarantees of a loans. Fourth one, ensuring the implementation of the development. Fifth one, providing the long-term capital, ensuring the balance of payment. Okay, these are all the objectives of IBRD. Functions of IBRD, the main functions, World Bank are stated below. Assisting the reconstruction of a war affected countries. Second one, promoting the economic growth. Third one, promoting infrastructural facilities. Fourth one, encouraging agricultural and industrial development. Fifth one, providing the resource of promoting sanitation, education, health care, and small scale enterprises and members countries, improving the standard of living of a people. So this is the main point only I read out. So first one, assisting the reconstruction of war affected countries. Okay, war affected countries what is that? Assist in the reconstructing, they help that. Second one, promoting the economic growth and balanced growth of international business. Third one is an infrastructure, it is like a energy of transportation, okay, road development, etc. in members of countries. The function யார் பண்றா? Who's that? International Bank of Reconstruction Development, அவங்க அந்த ஆஃபீஸில் ஐபிஆர்டி வந்து இந்த மாதிரி ஃபங்க்ஷன்ஸ்லாம் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஃபோர்த் ஒன், என்கரேஜ் அக்ரிகல்ச்சரல் அண்ட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியல் டெவலப்மெண்ட், டெவலப்பிங் த கண்ட்ரிஸ் பை ப்ரொவைடிங் த adequate resources. Fifth one, providing resources of promoting the sanitation, education, healthcare and small scale enterprises in members countries. Sixth one, improving the standard of living for people of a member countries by providing the assistance by removing the poverty, rising productivity, providing technical support and conducting research and development. These are all the function of IBRD. So see here, International Monetary Fund, IMF. See your page number, textbook page number 286. So International Monetary Fund, IMF, is an international organization headquartered in Washington DC. Where is that headquarters? Washington. It has a membership 189 members. How many countries they participate? 189. It was established 27th December 1945. Recommendations of a Bretton Woods Conference. It provides the shorter loan of member countries to the correct balance of payments disequilibrium. Next one, objectives of IMF. The objectives of IMF are mentioned below. Promoting the International Monetary Corporation. Second one, ensuring the balanced international trade. Third one, ensuring the exchange rate stability. So elimination of, minimize the exchange of restrictions by promoting the multilateral payments, providing the economic assistance to member of a countries, correcting the imbalance of payments of a countries. So minimizing the imbalance of a quantum and duration of a balance of payment. So these are all related to the payment list. Next one, functions of IMF. The functions of IMF are enumerated below. It acts as a short-term credit institution at the international level. It provides the machinery for ordinary adjustment of exchange rate rates. It has the reservoir of currencies of the member countries, from which the borrower can borrow the currencies of their nations. Fourth one, it promotes the economic stability and global growth by encouraging the countries to adopt a sound economic and financial policies. Fifth one, if it offers technical assistance training to help a member country strengthen and implement effective policies. Technical assistance is offered in formulating banking, fiscal, monetary and exchange policies that helps the members of countries correct the imbalance of balance of payment. So they are all relating to the fund, okay, income or outgoing, whatever else is relating to the payment of balance. IMF and India, free convertibility of Indian rupees. So free வந்து நம்ம என்ன நம்மளோட rupees dollars are maybe if we are going to the USA for after few days அப்படினா we have to convert our Indian rupee to the USA dollars. Indian rupee has become the independent after the establishment of IMF. Earlier, it was linked with the pound sterling. Its value now determines the terms of gold. Hence, it is the freely convertible. So, loan for development activities. India got several loans facilities from the IMF for the several development of project. So, India has to develop. No, so some of the area they will get the loan from the IMF. Second one, ability to the purchase of foreign currency. Government of India is able to purchase the foreign currencies from the time to time to meet the ever growing requirement to development of activities. Third one, expert advice. India used to get expert advice from IMF for solving the economic problems. It has given a valuable advice to India with regard of financial 5 years plan. So expert the 5 years plan அதுக்கு வந்து help பண்ணுவாங்க. Fourth one, timely help. India has received the timely help from the IMF many a time to eliminate the defect in its balance of payments. India got a help from the IMF during the 1960s as a aftermath of a war with Pakistan. It received the assistance from the IMF for compacting oil shock between the 1980 to 1983. India got assistance of IMF to manage the global economic recessions. Financial assistance during the nature calamity. India has got a lot of financial assistance from IMF to solve the economic crises arising from the natural calamities of like floods, famine, earthquake, agri-recessions. Chinese and Pakistan etc. gets the technical assistance of from IMF. These are all reasons we will get that assistance from the IMF. Members in the World Bank. By virtue of memberships in IMF, India could become a member in the World Bank. Help during the 1991 economic crisis. During 1990, India faced a serious economic crisis. Indian government was almost nearing the bankruptcy. It got assistance from the IMF pledging its gold reserve method to solve the balance of payment crisis. So, IMF also helping the economic oriented. South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, I mean SARC. South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation is a regional inter-government organization and geopolitical union of nations in South Asia. The member countries include Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Maldives. It was established on 8th December 1985. It was founded over Dhaka and Bangladesh. So, SARC, how many countries they participate? Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Maldives. So, where is it? Established 8th December 1985. It was founded Dhaka in Bangladesh. Objectives of SARC. The objectives of SARC include the following: promoting the welfare of the people of Asia, achieving the economic growth, social program, and cultural development in members countries, strengthening self-reliance among the members. Fourth one, strengthening the cooperation among the members as well as with the other developing countries and international and regional organizations. Fifth one, maintain the peace among the member nation and region. So what are the objectives? First one is promoting the welfare of the people of Asia. Second one is achieving the economic growth. Third one, strengthening self-reliance among the members. Fourth one, strengthening the cooperation among the members as well as other developing countries. Fifth one, maintaining the peace among the members, nation and the region. Next one, council. At the top of SARC is represented by the heads of the members nation. It means the once in 2 years. The headquarters located in Nepal. SARC Secretariat is headed by the Secretary General appointed by the members. Function. What is the function of SARC? First one, monitoring and coordinating the development program, determining the sector priorities, and mobilizing cooperation within the outside the region. Fourth one is dealing with the modalities of the financing. So in this chapter, children, ஒன்லினா ஃபெசிலிட்டேட்டர்ஸ் யார் வந்து அது சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல்லாக ரொம்ப ஈஸியாக அந்த இன்டர்நேஷ்னல் பிஸ்னஸில் யார் யார் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறா, அதோட ஹெட் குவார்ட்டர்ஸ் இருக்குது, எந்த இயர் அதை ஆக்டிவேட் பண்ணாங்க, அது அப்ஜெக்டிவ்ஸ், மீனிங்ஸ், functions and role. Okay, next part 2 we are going to see balance of trade and balance of payments. In this lesson we are going to see learning objectives. To enable the students, explain the meaning, definition and structure of balance of payment. Explain the meaning, definition and structure of balance of trade. So we are going to study two category of balance of trade, balance of payments. Let's see. Balance of payments, I mean BOP. Meaning, balance of payments refers to the systematic record of all the economic transaction between the residents of one country and the residents of foreign countries during the particular period of time. So what is the correct meaning of? Is the foreign countries. Okay. Is the one country to foreign country, the transaction is balance of payments. Okay, for example, 1 year. It contains a classified record of all our receipts and payments arising from the good exported, services rented and capital received by the residents country and payment made by them on account of goods imported, services rented, the capital transferred to the non-residents in the foreign out of the country. So this is the meaning. What is that? Balance of payments of the systematic record of economic transaction with the balance of trade. Next one, purpose of preparing the balance of payments. What is the purpose? Why we prepare the balance of payments? What is the uses of balance of payments? See here. Balance of payment is the principal tool to analyzing the monetary position of international trade of a country, just like receipts and payments. So it's see through that only payment and receipt. Okay, children, accounts of enterprises revealing the net effect of a cash movement happening in the enterprise during the particular period. During the particular one period, 1 year or 2 years, not a problem. In that particular period, is the preparing of a balance of payments is used to know about the economic or cash movement happening in that enterprises. Okay. Next one, balance of payments help in the framing monetary, fiscal and trade policies of a country. Government observes the balance of payment position the important trade partners in making policy decision. It revolves wherever whether a country produce the enough economic output to pay for its growth. It's reported either for every quarter or for a year. Net result is rewarded by the BOP, I mean balance of payments. A balance of payments surplus is the indicators of a country's export or more than its import and its government and residential service. They are in a position to have enough capital to pay the domestic production. Already we know the domestic production inside the country. Okay, the country can even the lend to other country, which in turn buy in products. As a result, is a boosters the economic growth is to short term. The country achieves the higher economic growth due to higher exports in the long run. It builds a strong domestic market. This protects the economic firm from exchange of rates fluctuations. The balance of payments defect points to fact that country import is more than the export. This situation forces the country to borrow from other countries to pay for its imports. It creates the economic development in the short term. It is just similar to taking an educational loan from the bank to pay school fees of the children expecting their salary in the future, which would help repay the loan. The definition according to the International Monetary Fund, the balance of payments for given the period is a systematic record. So nothing but the balance of payments systematic record of economic transaction taken a place during the period between the residents and reporting the countries. Okay, children. In the words of Dominique Slavato, the balance of payments is a summary of a statement in which principle all the records of a resident of the nation with the resident of all other nation and recorded during the particular period usually is a calendar year. Calendar year is January to December. Features of a balance of payments. What are the features? Okay. The main features of a balance of a payments are as follows. Number one, it is a systematic record of economic transaction between the one country to certain other country of the world. Second one, it is a prepared for the period of a 3 months or a 12 month. 3 months or a 12 month, for example, usually 12 month. Okay, it contains all the receipts and payments, both visible and invisible. It includes the economic transaction, both recorded or current account and capital account. Economic transactions are recorded according to the double entry principle of a bookkeeping. Accordingly, receipts are recorded in the credit side of the payments are recorded on the debit side. Sixth one, it indicates country's position of the foreign trade. Seventh one, BOP shows the favorable and or surplus position when the total receipts from the foreign countries exceed the total payments foreign countries. When the receipts from the foreign countries are less than the payments to foreign countries, BOP is said to be unfavorable or in defect. BOP position shows the economic health of nation, just like the thermometer indicates the temperature of a human body. Favorable BOP indicates the economic prosperity, while unfavorable balance of the payment shows the economic weakness of a country. So what is the features? First one is systematic record of all our economic transfers between the one country to another countries in the world. Okay, second one, to prepare the particular period 3 months, 12 months of the accounts. Third one, it contains all receipts or payments, both the visible and invisible. Fifth one, the economic transaction, both the recorded current account or capital account. Fifth one, economic transactions recorded according to double entry principle. It indicates the country's position to the foreign trade. Seventh one, BOP shows the favorable or surplus position when the total receipts and the payments. Eighth one, BOP position is the source of the economic health of a nation, just like the thermometer indicates the temperature of a human body, as well as the same favor of the BOP indicates the economic prosperity of the and favorable balance in the payment of source of the economic growth. Next, balance of trade meaning. So balance of trade denotes the difference between the value import and the value of export during the year. So what do you mean balance of trade? So between the difference between the value of import and the value of export. எவ்வளோ import பண்ணியிருக்கோம், எவ்வளோ export பண்ணியிருக்கோங்கிறத அதுக்குள்ள difference கண்டுபிடித்த balance of trade. Okay, it shows the favorable balance. If the exports of a country exceeds the imports, it shows the favorable balance of a trade. If the import exceeds the exports of the showing unfavorable balance of a trade. Difference between the balance of payments and the balance trade. Let's see points of the difference between the of trade and the balance of payments. Briefly explain the following trade. See here, your textbook page number 294. So first one, nature meaning. Nature, balance of payment, balance of trade. Nature meanings. It is a balance of payment. It is a systematic record of all our economic transaction. Okay, here balance of trade is a statement showing the net effect of a export and import a country. So balance of payment வந்து is a systematic record, and balance of trade is export and import of a country. Okay, second one, nature of a transaction recorded is a records of both the transaction relating to the goods and services. Here it records only the transaction relating the merchants, like the goods transaction alone. Capital transaction, it records the capital transaction, it does not record the capital transaction. Structure, it includes the balance of trade, balance of service, balance of unretrievable transfer of a balance of capital transaction. In this, it is a part of current account of the BOP. Net position, it is always remains the balanced in the sense that receipt side of the made equal to the payment side. It is maybe favorable or unfavorable the equilibrium state. Sixth one, indicators economic status. It is the true indicator of economic performance of a economy. It's not a true indicator of economic prosperity and economic relations of a country. Correcting the unfavorableness. Unfavorableness balances of a payment leads to defect in the balance of payment situation. Here, unfavorable balance of trade can converted into the favorable balance of the payment. So everyone, both are same in the payment situation, but here to defect the balance payment, here to favorable the balance payment. So next one, structure of balance of payments. What is the structure? The balance of payments consists of 4 components, namely current account, capital account. They are highlighted briefly. So current account, the current account balance includes the 2 items. One is visible trade import and export goods. In other one is invisible trade, invisible service items like banking, shipping, insurance, travel and transportation. See here, current account. Credit items, debit, and what are the comes under the credit item? Goods export, I mean visible. Invisible exports, transport service sold abroad, banking service sold abroad, insurance service sold abroad, income received on loan and investment made in foreign countries, expenses incurred by foreign tourists in India. Here debit items, goods import, invisible imports, transport services purchased from the foreign countries, banking service purchased from the foreign countries, insurance service purchased from the foreign countries, visit of a tourist to foreign countries, other services purchased from foreign countries, interest paid on loan in home country. Next one, capital account. Capital account consists of three components. One is private capital, banking capital, official capital. What do you mean by private capital? Private capital consists of foreign investment, long-term loan and foreign currency deposited. Second one, banking capital. Banking capital includes movement into the external financial asset and liabilities. Commercial and cooperative banks authorized to dealing in foreign exchange. Third one, official capital. It includes the RBI's holding the foreign currency, special drawing rights, SDR held by the government. So private capital consists of foreign investment. Banking capital includes the movement into the external financial asset. Official capital includes the RBI's holding the foreign currency and special drawings rights, SDR holding by government. That's all the lesson, children. So please read the lesson 1 or 2 times.
I hope you all understood this chapter, children. If you have any doubt, please contact my WhatsApp number.